What's going on, guys? It is Marshall and I am back with another video on the channel, and today I am back with another series on my channel. Today I've been wanting to do this for so long. I can't even tell you how long I've wanted to do this. It's been weeks in the works of me just putting it off. But with week 1 NFL season on the horizon just tomorrow, I am bringing you Lock of the Week, episode 1, my brand new series, basically showing you guys and putting out into the world my bets, my parlays, my straight bets, any bets that I make. I am a betting man. I love betting. I always use FanDuel. I'm a huge sports bettor. And also, if you guys have, I'm not promoting, if you guys have a gambling addiction, please call the number that FanDuel has. I'm just promoting what I do. Just follow my picks. Now, don't waste your money, and always follow these picks. If you don't have the money, only bet what you are willing to lose. But I just want to make a series basically putting out my FanDuel picks, my sports picks, my NFL football picks out in the world. I think I'm a decent... I've hit some pretty good parlays. I've hit some pretty decent stuff. I've been betting for probably a year and a half now, and I love sports betting. And with football being my favorite sport, I thought this would be a great series to make. So, welcome to episode 1 of Lock of the Week. And this will be a weekly series every Friday or Saturday. I will upload a video talking about the Sunday slate of football games and basically giving you guys some bets that I think are going to hit. So, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. A little bit on every start of the podcast, I'll talk a little bit about the game. So let's get right into it. As you can tell, I am a Lions fan. Lions football, Lions jersey. I'm a huge Lions fan. And Thursday night, the Detroit Lions went to Kansas City on banner night and beat the defending Super Bowl champions. On Thursday Night Football, the first game of the year, we went and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. It was amazing. Now, I know there's an asterisk there. No Travis Kelce, no Chris Jones. But it is still the Kansas City Chiefs. We are still away. It is still the Kansas City Chiefs. It is still Mahomes. And it is still a banner night. Huge atmosphere. Very loud in Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City probably one of the best fan bases out there. Loudest stadiums out there. That ain't easy. And for us to go in there and beat them, that was crazy. Now, it sucks. There's a lot that happened. Those Chiefs wide receivers couldn't catch anything. Kadarius Toney dropped like 4 passes. Sky Moore wasn't really getting open. He dropped a couple passes. We had a lot of guys just on both sides of the balls make a mistake. Everyone looked a bit rusty out there, okay? But it is week 1. Game 1. Live TV, like, you are the center of attention. Everyone's a bit nervous inside. They don't want to say it, but everyone's a bit nervous. But both teams looked, bad and good. I think the Lions have a lot to improve on offense. I think that even we made mistakes. So even then there was stuff that happened through us. Marvin Jones had a couple drop balls. Marvin Jones had that fumble and this is where I tell people, it's like, you got to remember this stuff happened. Marvin Jones fumbled at like the 10-yard line. Like, that was crazy. Like, maybe like 20, but that sucked. Then there should have been 50 false starts called against the Chiefs. There was a lot of crazy things that happened that should have been called and shouldn't have happened. So it's not like just the Chiefs were getting they had one bad wide receiver. Marvin Jones looked pretty bad out there, not gonna lie. He was dropping a lot too, and he had a huge fumble towards the goal line. But as a Lions fan, it was amazing to see that go down. I think the Lions have a lot to work on. I think that there were some slow parts of the team. The offense couldn't get going. I think the Chiefs' defense looked great without Chris Jones, so I don't think they really needed him that much, but they're going to need him. I mean, he is Chris Jones. He's one of the best defensive linemen, I should say, in the league. But what a week 1, man. As a Lions fan, going into this Sunday slate and knowing you are 1-0 to start the season is amazing. And it just takes all the pressure off me. And it takes pressure off me. It takes pressure off all of us Lions fans. It just lets us breathe because there's been a lot of hype this offseason. And so if we were to go there and lose, which we were expected to lose, it would have been a little bit sour, even though we're expected to lose. But besides that point, it was a great Thursday night football game, great banner night, and we've got a huge Sunday day coming up tomorrow. A lot of games, a lot of crazy games going on, and I'm going to give you guys some bets coming up here soon that I think are going to hit. So let's real quick look at the games that are coming up here. So give me a second. I'm going to, just take me just a minute. Okay. Nope, not that yet. Boom. There we go. And there we go. So these are our week 1 games, Sunday games, and Monday and Thursday, but the Thursday night games already happened. But here are our games, and we've got there's some good ones in here. I think a lot of these we aren't really know what's going to happen because of just how questionable some of these teams are going into week 1. Let's run through them real quick. We have the Falcons versus the Panthers. Bryce Young's debut, Bijan's debut. Desmond Ridder's a huge question mark. The Panthers, new coach, new team. They traded up to get Bryce Young. They got a lot of pressure going on to them this season. But I think this would be a decent game in Atlanta, so we'll see what happens. Ravens, Texans. I like the Texans, what they're kind of doing. I like D'Amico Ryans. C.J. Stroud should be good. Will Anderson should be good. I can't wait to see John Mechie come out and play finally. They got a decent second-year running back. This team isn't as bad as people think it is, in my opinion. But the Ravens probably are still going to beat them, but I just don't think it's going to be by as bad as what people say. Bengals, we got Joe Burrow should be playing. I think from every report that we've heard, Joe Burrow will play on Sunday. But Bengals have a track record of not playing good against the Browns, even with Joe Burrow there. So in Cleveland, this is going to be a really close game. FanDuel's even showing the spread is like 1.5 right now, so that's pretty scary. Jags going to face the Colts. As we know, the Jaguars are notorious for beating the Colts at home, and the Colts are also 1-15 and 1 in their last 17 home openers. So I think that this could be I think the Colts will be a bit better than what people are thinking, but this should be who knows what's going to happen in this game. Buccaneers versus the Vikings, decent game. The Bucs obviously no more Tom Brady, so they're rolling with Baker now. Decent team, a lot of things that are. I feel like the Bucs are going to have to go into a rebuild in a couple years. Vikings, I don't think are going to do as good as people think they are, or as good as they were last year, but I still think they'll be a decent team. Titans, Saints. Saints are in a bit of a weird situation, but they have a decent team. Titans are in the same way. Their quarterback's kind of a question mark right now. Is it Malik Willis? Is it Will Levis? Is it Ryan Tannehill? Who knows with that team. 49ers versus Steelers, the game that, as a Lions fan, any Michigan people with no Lions on, this will be the game I'm pretty sure we're going to watch on our 1 p.m. game. Going to be a great game. Can't wait to see the 49ers, how dominant their team is this year, and the Steelers have a lot to prove. Kenny Pickett's got a lot to prove. We'll see what happens. Cardinals versus Commanders. Cardinals obviously in a rebuild, basically. That team is kind of in shambles right now. We saw that wild interview by the Cardinals head coach. I can't remember his name. The old Eagles defensive coordinator. And then the Commanders, they've got a decent team. I think there's some huge holes on the team, but I honestly have a bit of faith in the Commanders. I think they can do decent, maybe 6-7 wins in that NFC East division. Packers, Bears, no more Rodgers going to Soldier Field. Jordan Love will now take charge to going into Soldier Field. I think this will be a close game. Should be a good game. A lot to pay attention to. We'll see how Justin Fields performs with another weapon, some more O-linemen. He shouldn't have too many excuses this year on why he shouldn't be able to perform. Raiders, Broncos. Raiders, obviously no more Derek Carr. Broncos, Russ needs to really tear it up a notch if he wants to be a starting quarterback. This is going to be an interesting game. I don't really want to touch this game in any way with how big a question mark both those teams are. Dolphins, Chargers. I love the Dolphins. I think are going to be a great team this year. Chargers are also going to be a pretty good team this year. This game should be a great game to watch. I actually am very looking forward to watching this game and seeing how both teams perform. It should be a really good game. Eagles, Patriots, another good game. I think the Eagles coming into Foxborough should be a pretty decent game. Rams, Seahawks. Rams kind of in a rebuild. We'll see what they're doing. I take that back. They're not in a rebuild, but there's a lot of their defense is young. I should say that. It's a weird team. Seahawks are a very good team. Sunday Night Football, Cowboys, Giants. That's going to be a great game, but a huge question mark on who's going to win. Not sure what's going to happen in that game. And then Monday Night Football is Bills, Jets. So a great slate of games on Sunday, and then followed up to start our week, actually. Monday Night Football should be a bunch of good games. But in this show, I'm really covering just the Sunday slate of games. Why? I don't know. Just because I want to. I am only going to cover the Sunday slate of games. I might cover Monday, but with how all my props and stuff are going to work, I'm not going to be able to cover Thursday Night Football. So it is just going to be the Sunday slate of games as of right now. So that is the Sunday Week 1 NFL schedule. It is going to be good. I'm just glad football's back. I'm pretty sure that's a lot of people how they feel. It's gonna be a good week 1, and I'm just excited to sit down on my couch with some wings and a beer and my bets going, my fantasy team ready, and watch some football. I think I speak for the people because football season's finally back. It feels like I haven't watched football in 2 years, so we're very excited to have that back. All right, let's get out of this. I'm gonna bring this back up. Bring that. There we go. And there we go. So we've got a lot of week 1 games that are going to be very close. Again, a lot of those we're just waiting. We can't really judge a lot of those teams right now and what they're going to do because we haven't seen them play. Like the Bucks could be really good. Who knows? Patriots could be really good. Who knows? We just have to see how those teams perform. There's a lot of teams that we know are going to do good. And there's a lot of teams we know that are going to do bad. So it's going to be a great week 1 in my opinion. So let me get to some of the bets for you. Let me dive into I have about 4 to 5 segments. These episodes are only going to be 20-25 minutes though, maybe 30 if I really get talking. But I know 5 segments is a lot. And by 5 segments, I mean 5 bets basically. That's basically what I mean. 5 bets that will be placed, and I'll get into all of them. But it's a lot for a one-person show, but I'll get into why this won't be a one-person show. Today it is a one-person show, but I'll get into it. But anyways, let's start off with the first one. Let me pull up the sports book here. Let me zoom out so you guys can still see me. And then we will go to FanDuel here. Okay, so the first segment I have on the Lock of the Week betting show is... This was Donnie's idea for a name. It's pretty funny, but it's kind of wild. It's kind of a wild name. But the first segment is Spread 'em. That's the name of the segment, is Spread 'em. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 spreads, 5 spreads from the Sunday games that I think are locks. Put them into a parlay, and that is going to be the bet, the parlay. And also, I'm going to be doing these weekly. I'm going to be keeping track of and I'll be placing all these bets. You guys can ride with me. You guys can tail. You guys can do whatever you guys feel. If you guys just want to watch, that's fine. I don't care. You guys do what you want, but these are my bets. These are what I think is going to happen. So I'm going to keep track, though, every single week of how I do and see how much money I'm spending and how much I have an app. If you have the, I think the Pickett app, obviously that shows it all for you. But I'm going to keep track every single week of how I'm doing on this show, because I also have other bets I'm going to place that aren't going to be on this show. So, but the first podcast, like I said, Spread 'em. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 5 spreads, put them into a parlay, and we're going to see what the odds are. And each bet will be, and every bet's based off $10. So every parlay, straight bet, everything is going to be a $10 bet, basically. So that way it's easier for me to track and stuff like that. If you guys want to place more, you can. If you want to place less, you can. But that's just what I'm doing. It's just $10 for each one because it's simple and easy to track. So let's get started here. First spread that I think is a lock. I got the Panthers plus 3.5. I know the Falcons are at home. I know that it's a rookie quarterback, but it's also Desmond Ridder. Are we really trusting Desmond Ridder to lead this team to a victory? Nah, I'm not so confident in that. And is the Falcons defense super, super good? Not really. I think the Panthers plus 3.5 is actual easy lock. So I think, who knows how they'll perform, but I just don't think the Falcons are really going to run away with it like that. If it's a close game, I think that's the only way the Falcons win, is maybe by a point or two. So I got Panthers plus 3.5. I got Vikings minus 5.5. I think the Vikings are going to win by a touchdown or two. At home too. I don't think the Bucks are going to be anything good. And I really think the Vikings are going to do good this year, just not as good as they did last year. But Vikings 5.5, I feel like is a fair. I think that's the best. I think that's a good one. I really do. Next one, like I said, 1-15-1 in their last 17 home openers, and the Jags always beat the Colts at home. I think the Jags -4.5 is an easy play here. The Jags are a great team. Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley looks amazing. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Travis Etienne. That defense has good pieces on it. You've got Trayvon Walker coming back in his second year, and you've got so many key people on that defense. So I think the Jaguars -4.5 is a easy play here. Next up, I got Eagles -4. Going into Foxborough, I know, like, they just went to a Super Bowl. The Eagles look better than ever. They had a DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to play great in that offense, even as coming from a Lions fan. I think this team will easily beat the Patriots by a touchdown or two. Probably I'm thinking around 10 points is what they might beat them by. And then this is my most confident one. I got Seahawks -4.5. I'm not confident in the Rams, and I'm super confident in the Seahawks. It all depends on Geno, but you go look outside Geno, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, JSN, Tyler Lockett, an O-line, a pretty decent D-line. They get Jamal back, Quandre Diggs, Tariq Woolen, Devon Witherspoon, Kobe Bryant. They got Bobby Wagner back. They've got so many people on that defense and offense that I think the Seahawks are going to do great. I think they could go far in the playoffs. And I don't think the Rams are going to do anything. And at home in Seattle, that Seattle crowd is loud. I think Seahawks -4.5 is the easiest lock on this entire list. So that's the bet. That's the 5-legger. These are the spreads I think that are confident. Panthers +3.5, Vikings -5.5, Jags -4.5, Eagles -4, and Seahawks -4.5. 5 legs, $10. I don't have my keyboard next to me, but $10 would pay out about $240. So I like it, and I'm easily confident in this first spread 'em and lock of the week, episode 1. I think this is a easy lock. I just don't see any. The only one I'm really scared about, I would say, Panthers and probably, for some reason, Eagles. I don't know why, but I think Vikings, Jags, and Seahawks are easy locks. So odds actually just went up. So, but we're going to move on to segment 2. So that, if you guys want to copy it, like I said, Panthers, Vikings -5.5, Jags, Eagles, Seahawks, spread. So $10 pays out about $250, I would say. So let's move on to the next segment. We'll do Lock of the Week. So obviously the podcast is called Lock of the Week, but we have an actual bet called Lock of the Week. But it's not from me. Every week, except for this week, I'm going to have a special guest on my show. It's usually going to vary between 4 people. I got like 4 different people that I'm going to have come on the show. But this week, it is going to be basically what Lock of the Week is. I'm going to go get a parlay and usually bring them on the show, but this week I couldn't get them. I'm going to bring someone on the show, and they're going to give me a parlay. And they are going to say this is their Lock of the Week. Put this bet in right now. It can be any bet on the Sunday NFL games. So this week I had my brother grab a parlay, and he gave me his Lock of the Week. But in the next couple weeks, and we'll keep track about who's doing the best, but in the next coming weeks, you guys have seen them on my channel before, but Donnie, Austin, Dallas, they'll all be they will all be on this show eventually giving me their Locks of the Week. But this week was my brother. I couldn't get anybody else on this week. I kind of threw this together last second. So, but his Lock of the Week, he put together a 4-leg parlay. And let's go ahead and put this in. First leg, he's got Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown score as at +100. That's pretty decent odds for a Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown score, but he's not a huge touchdown scorer, so it's not. We'll see how that goes. Next, he's got. Nope, I clicked on the wrong one. My bad. Next one, he's got Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown score. I think you guys see where he's going with this. Next leg, he's got, where is it? Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown score. And then for the last leg, we go to Sunday Night Football, and he has Tony Pollard, anytime touchdown score. That is Brendan's Lock of the Week. That is the Lock of the Week for the special guest who isn't here. Usually we're going to try and get him here, but that is the lock of the week. So Justin Jefferson, anytime touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, anytime touchdown scores. $10 is going to pay out about $100. So that is around the odds. Like I said, I don't have my keyboard, but that is what that's going to pay out. So that's the lock of the week. Trail it if you want, ride with it if you want. It's all totally up to you, but I think this is decent. I think all these guys, I mean, especially McCaffrey, Henry, and Tony Pollard. Justin Jefferson is a bit of a scary one, but I still think it's a good bet. So that's the lock of the week. Like I said, in the following weeks, we'll have more guys on to give you random locks of the week. It just depends. It's just going to be random parlays. So, but that is the lock of the week. Moving on, since we're already here, I'm going to remove that. We are going on to our third segment, which is a super quick one. Every week, I'm going to go to the Sunday night football game, and I'm going to give you guys a first touchdown score in the Sunday night football games. And I think the first touchdown score in the Cowboys versus the Giants. This is going to be a pretty good game. I'm not sure who's going to win. Cowboys have a lot to prove. Giants have a lot to prove. The Giants had a good run last year. Dak says he hasn't thrown more than, 10 interceptions or something like that this year. They added some key pieces on both sides of the ball. They both have great teams. Saquon got his deal done, or he got like a smaller deal done, like a 1-year kind of deal. But I like Jalen Hyatt. I like Darren Waller. That Giants team looks good. And I'm surprised they're kind of underdogs. Honestly, I'm scared to touch this game, but honestly, if I was going somewhere, I might go Giants money line. But we'll see. But my first touchdown score, you see we got Tony Pollard at plus 450, Saquon plus 550, 850 for CD, Darren Waller plus 1,000, Jones plus 1,100, Cooks 1,500. We've got a bunch of people here. But what I think is going to happen, I think the Cowboys are going to get the ball first. I think they're going to drive down. I think they're going to kick a field goal. And I think the Giants are going to get the ball. And I think they're going to drive down, get around about the 8-yard line. And I think he's going to roll out, and I think he's going to run into the end zone. Daniel Jones loves to use his feet. He loves to run. Even though we don't see him as a scrambling quarterback, he loves to use his feet, and he's good on his feet. So I think for the first touchdown on the first Sunday Night Football game of the year, I think Daniel Jones is going to rush in for a touchdown. $10 would pay out $110. So I see this as a pretty decent bet. I think this could happen. And I'm telling you, Daniel Jones loves to use his feet. He ain't tripping this time. He's easily getting in that end zone. So Tony Pollard and Saquon are two of the easy bets. CD, I don't see him getting a touchdown. He's not that much of a touchdown machine. So I see more of Daniel Jones, Saquon, and Tony Pollard. And I don't trust Darren Waller touching that to get the first touchdown. So Daniel Jones, lock it in. Daniel Jones, first touchdown scorer on Sunday Night Football. And then going into basically kind of our last segment is, you guys have probably seen this on TikTok, but it's the $10 to $10,000 challenge. Or you've seen some people maybe do the $10 to $5,000. You may have seen $10 to $100, whatever. But basically, you take $10 and you go across however many days it takes, and you turn that $10 that you started with and turn it into $10,000. It's not one bet. It's going to be over across probably 15-ish days, my guess would be. Basically, we're just going to try and double it each week. So what we're going to do is we're going to take $10 and turn it to $20 for tomorrow. So let me give you guys a quick, easy parlay to turn $10 into $20. And then we're going to take that 20 and turn it into 40. Take that 40, turn it to 80. And take that 80 and turn it into 160, and so on until we have $10,000 in our pocket. It's just that easy, guys. But the first leg is going to be Ja'Marr Chase, 50-plus yards. I think, no. Ja'Marr Chase, it's locked. Why is it locked, guys? Oh. Okay, well, let's come back to it. I don't know why that would be the only one locked. Well, the first leg is Ja'Marr Chase, 40-plus yards. The second leg is... My mouse is being annoying. The second leg is going to be Justin Jefferson. Why are these locked? What's going on? Why did they really just... Okay, let's go to the last leg. The next leg was supposed to be Justin Jefferson, 50-plus yards. So we had Ja'Marr Chase, 40-plus yards, and Justin Jefferson, 50-plus yards. And the last leg is supposed to be We're going to go alternative points. We're going with the Eagles-Patriots game over 41.5. That is the scariest part of this $10 to $20 or $10 to $10,000 challenge. That one's a scary one. I know we're starting off scary, but you know, I think the Eagles are going to come out, and I think they're just going to destroy that Patriots defense. The Patriots defense, okay, but I don't know why that's locked. It's very weird that that's locked. And what about, why is this Justin Jefferson? But either way, I know the odds already. It's plus 100. It's like a plus 105, unless they change the odds dramatically. But basically, $10 on this bet would win you $20. So if I can't put it in, you guys know the bet. I just told you. Wow, they just took down the whole Viking. Oh, sorry, I scrolled too far. I was like, what? They took down the entire Vikings, just everything? Yeah, I went way too far. My mouse. Can my mouse not, please? Thank you. Let's see. Did they add the Justin Jefferson one? Nope. Okay. But anyways, it's over 41.5 for Eagles Patriots, and then it is Justin Jefferson 50 plus yards and Ja'Marr Chase 40 plus receiving yards. So 50 plus receiving yards for Jefferson, and then 40 plus receiving yards for Ja'Marr Chase. $10 would pay out like $20 and like 50 cents or something like that. I don't even know. But basically, we're taking 10. We're taking 10, turn it into 20. We're going to take that 20 next week and turn it into 40. And the week after that, we're going to take that 40 and turn it into 80. We're going to keep going until we hit $10,000, guys. It's as simple as that. But that is the second to last one. And the last one is actually super simple. We're just going to pick really quickly. Take them 2 minutes. We're going to pick the winners from every single game of the Sunday slate. So let's just go through this quickly. If my mouse decides to work. There we go. First game. 49ers for Steelers, I'm taking the Niners. Then I'm taking the Panthers. Then I'm taking the Ravens. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Commanders. All right, we had a little error with my camera, which is the second time. This is actually the second time I'm recording this, basically, because my camera died on the first one. So, but we just had another camera mishap. I think I need a new camera. Anyways, let's just keep running through these games. Titans Saints, I got the Titans. Jags Colts, I got the Jags. Eagles Patriots, I've got the Eagles. Raiders Broncos, I've got the, my mouse is having a day. Raiders Broncos, I've got the, this is a tough game. I don't like this game. Let's go with the Raiders. Rams Seahawks, I got the Seahawks. Packers Bears, I got the Packers. Dolphins Chargers, I've got the Dolphins. Cowboys Giants, I got the Giants. And I picked some underdogs in there, and that is my picks. Those are my picks. 49ers, Panthers, Ravens, Bengals, Vikings, Commanders, Titans, Jags, Eagles, Raiders, Seahawks, Packers, Dolphins, Giants. Those are my picks for week 1. And that is the end of the first episode of Lock of the Week featuring your host, Marshall. Like I said, I'm going to get some more special guests on here soon. But that's it. Basically 5 kind of segments, quickly talking about the games, and then quickly just giving you guys some bets. And more or less, the bets are the spread them. The first touchdown score, we got the Lock of the Week featuring the special guest, the $10,000 to $10,000 challenge, and then just my picks, which that's not even really a bet. I just kind of want to give you guys my picks for Sunday and see how they do. So that is all I have for you guys today. I thank you guys for joining me. I've been wanting to do this for so long, so I hope you guys enjoy. I can't wait to keep doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. I love talking about the bets that I get to make. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and let me know any other segments you want me to do, or what you guys think of these segments, or what you want me to change. I can't wait to get some special guests on here to talk betting with them, because that is just my favorite thing to do. But I appreciate you guys joining me for episode 1. I will see you guys in episode 2. Enjoy your guys' Sunday. Hopefully your bets hit, your fantasy team does good, you guys have some good wings, and we watch some good football. I will see you guys all next week, and take care.